Flora was a lovely lady, but suffering from this strange heartburn that squeezes her chest and makes it difficult for her to breathe. She had tried several home remedies known to her, but it persists. At this point, she's left with no other choice but go see a doctor. While seated in the reception with several other patients who also waited to see the doctor, she overheard a woman telling another person how boiled eggs had been of a great allergy to her and how she suffers severe heartburn anytime she eats it. This was when it dawned on Flora that her complaints also comes whenever she eats boiled eggs. From that moment, she started to avoid boiled eggs, and that was how she was free. See, the divine talks to us all the time, but for several reasons, we do not hear because of the barriers we've built us. These barriers are the reasons we are still where we are. You must understand that as a chosen one, being able to see signs from the divine helps your journey more than anything. Stick with me for the next few minutes, because in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to clear those barriers and open your eyes to the magic all around you. By the end, you'll be spotting signs left and right, feeling more connected than ever. Let's dive in. What even are these barriers I'm talking about? Think of them as invisible walls, mental clutter, emotional baggage, physical distractions that block your spiritual antenna from picking up the divine frequency. The divine, whether you call it God, the universe, source, or just that higher power, is constantly sending us guidance. It's in synchronicities, dreams, intuitions, even in the people who cross our path. But if your mind is racing with stress, your heart is heavy with unresolved pain, or your space is a mess of distractions, those signs bounce right off. Think of Flora, whose story I shared earlier. Do you agree with me that several times we have heard problems like hers, and the divine made our paths cross with certain people at a particular time so we can be able to pick certain guidance? Do you also agree with me that we mostly waste these chances due to our inability to read the signs? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. Millions of us are walking around blind to these nudges because we're too blocked up. So, how do we clear this stuff? Let's break it down step by step. I'll make it super practical, with tips you can try today. Firstly, we need to tackle these mental barriers. Your mind is like a busy highway, thoughts zooming everywhere, doubts honking, fears causing traffic jams. To clear this, we need to quiet the noise. Step 1, meditation. I know, everyone says meditate, but here is the thing. It's not about sitting cross-legged for hours chanting some words. Start small, 5 minutes a day. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. When thoughts pop up, as they always do, gently push them aside like clouds drifting by. Why does this work? Because meditation rewires your brain to be more present, and presence is key to spotting signs. When you're not lost in what ifs or should haves, you get to overhear that particular conversation that answers your prayer, just like Flora. If meditation is nothing you are used to, you can use guided apps on the internet. Imagine this, you're breathing in and out. After a week, you'll feel lighter, and those divine whispers shall start getting louder. But meditation alone isn't enough if your emotions are a whirlwind. Emotional barriers are sneaky. They're old wounds, grudges, fears that we've buried deep. These create static interference with the divine leading us to Step 2, emotional decluttering. Journaling is your best friend here. Grab a notebook and spill it all out. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's weighing me down? Write about past hurts, forgive yourself and others, even if it's just on paper. Tears might flow, and that's okay. It's how the barrier vanishes. Another game changer, energy clearing techniques like EFT tapping. Tap on specific points on your body while affirming things like, even though I'm scared of change, I deeply accept myself. Sounds simple, but it shifts stuck energy. I promise, after doing this, you'll feel an openness, like a door swinging wide for signs to rush in. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're carrying a backpack full of rocks, each rock a resentment or fear. Emotional releases dumping those rocks out. Suddenly, you're lighter, freer, and boom, that dream you had last night, it wasn't random. It was a divine download. Now, don't forget the physical barriers. Your environment matters more than you think. Clutter in your space equals clutter in your spirit. Step 3. Declutter and create sacred spaces. Start with your home or workspace. Go room by room. Toss what doesn't spark joy, as Marie Kondo would say, but add a spiritual twist. As you clear, set an intention. I'm making room for divine guidance. Then, carve out a sacred corner. A small altar with photos that inspire you or wall notes that make you think deep. Why physical? Because the divine often communicates through the tangible world. A clean space amplifies that. Now you've cleared these barriers, how do you actually tune in to see the signs? Step 4. Cultivate awareness and intention. Set a daily intention. Spirit divine, show me a clear sign about this business I desire to venture into, or any other inquiry you need guidance on. Then, stay alert. Signs can be subtle. A song on the radio, a stranger's words like "it happened to Flora" and so on. Keep a sign journal. Note what you notice and how it feels. Over time, patterns emerge. Trust your intuition too. It's like the divine's hotline. Practice by making small decisions based on it, like which route to drive, and see how it pays off. Here's a fun exercise. Go for a nature walk. Nature is divine central. Ask for a sign, then observe. A butterfly landing nearby? That could mean transformation. A heart-shaped leaf? Love is coming. It's all about interpretation with an open heart. But what if doubts creep in? That's normal. Barriers don't vanish overnight. Step 5. Build faith through gratitude and community. Every night, list 3 things you're thankful for, including any potential signs. This shifts your vibe to abundance, attracting more guidance. You may also want to join spiritual communities, online forums, or groups. Sharing stories reinforces that you are not crazy. Signs are real. For those who are skeptical and thinking, this sounds too good to be true. Fair enough, but science backs some of this. Meditation reduces stress hormones, journaling improves mental health. Psychologists like Carl Jung called synchronicities meaningful coincidences tied to the collective unconscious. It's not magic, it's alignment. As we wrap up the basics, remember, clearing barriers is a practice, not a one-off. Be patient with yourself. If a sign doesn't appear right away, it might mean not yet, or look closer. Now let's dive deeper into advanced techniques because I want you equipped for the long haul. Step 6. Shadow work. This is facing your dark side, those hidden fears and insecurities that block divine flow. Use prompts like, "What part of me resists receiving guidance?" Dive in with a therapist if it's heavy. Even the solo reflection can also shatter barriers. Step 7. Energy protection. As you open up, protect your vibe. Try your best to avoid people who always complain and criticize. Step 8. Align your actions. The divine responds to movement. If you're asking for signs about a relationship, take steps like setting boundaries or dating mindfully. Action clears stagnation. Example, for career guidance, update your resume while asking for signs. Suddenly, opportunities appear because you're meeting the universe halfway. Step 9. Dreams. Dreams are divine portals. Keep a dream journal by your bed. Before sleep, ask for guidance. Upon waking, jot down symbols and Google their meanings, or better, intuit them. Barriers melt when you tap this subconscious realm. Finally, step 10. Surrender. Let go of control. Say, I release this to the divine. Trust the timing. This gives you sense of confidence, relief, and saves you from excess worries. Signs often come when we stop forcing. If this resonated, hit that like button, subscribe for more spiritual insights, and drop in the comments. What's one barrier you're clearing today?